Hey there, everybody. Welcome to another edition of What's Hot with Sea of Tranquility. I'm your host, Pete Pardo. Today we got a pretty cool new release. Just came out not long ago. I actually just got it last week. Been spinning it quite a bit. We're talking about the fourth studio album from Alcatrazz called Born Innocent. So, of course, this comes many, many years after their last studio release, 1986's Dangerous Games, of course, which followed up No Parole from Rock and Roll, their debut from 1983, and Disturbing the Peace from 1985. Interesting how this band has had basically every album that they had featured a different guitar player. So you got Graham Bonnet, of course, on lead vocals, as well as Jimmy Waldo on keyboards, Gary Shea on bass. Those are the three of the founding members. So the first album had Yngwie Malmsteen. He was then replaced on the second album by Steve Vai. He was then replaced by Danny Johnson on the third album. And now here you have in the lineup Joe Stump on lead guitars, as well as on drums. You got Mark Benquechia, something like that. Okay, the only difference on drums, you had Jan Uvina, who was the original drummer, so he last appeared in the band in 1987. So, lots of cool guitar players in this band. Got the legendary Graham Bonnet, of course, who appeared before, put this band together. Of course, he was in Rainbow, okay, as well as the Michael Schenker group. So, this is the new album. Quite good. One of those albums I think that gets better with each subsequent listen. Interesting how he decided to put this band back together, because of course he's been doing like the Graham Bonnet band for a long time. He's been kind of appearing with the Michael Schenker Fest and Michael Schenker's stuff on and off over the last bunch of years. But here he's got the Alcatrazz back together with like I said, Jimmy Waldo and Gary Shea from the original lineup. Interestingly enough, though, they're touting the new lineup of the band. So again, let's take a look here. So first, this is the CD itself. This is on Silver Lining Music. Okay, it's the Digipack. So there's Graham. Okay, there's Joe Stump right there. There you got Gary Shea right there. There's Mark, the drummer. Jimmy Waldo. So that's the new lineup of the band. However, the album is filled with guest stars. So it's not like this band played everything, all the notes, all the music on the album. You got a host of guest stars. So you've got Chris and Pelletieri guesting on guitars and a lot of different writers as well. So Chris and Pelletieri played all guitars on Born Innocent, the title track. You've got Nozumu Wakai, also wrote some music, played guitars on Finn McCool. You got Kendall Jones, co-wrote the music, played all the guitars on We Still Remember. You got Bob Kulick, the late Bob Kulick, wrote the music and played rhythm guitars and clean pre-chorus guitars on I Am the King. Also rhythm guitars and solo by Joe Stump on that song. You got Dario Molo, okay, Dario, pretty well-known guy, right? He wrote the music and played all guitars on Something That I Am Missing and Worth Lane. You got Don Van Stavern of Riot, also played bass on Born Innocent, Polar Bear, Finn McCool, London 1666, Dirty Like the City, and Paper Flag. So actually, Don played bass on most of this album. And then you've got additional bass by Andy Haller. Okay, Steve Vai wrote the music for Dirty Like the City. Bob Kulick did a couple of other additional things on here. Jeff Waters from Annihilator plays the second guitar solo on Paper Flags. Steve Mann plays brass on For Tony. Joanne Waldo, female vocals on Dirty Like the City. So as you can see, a lot of guest stars on this album. So it's not like the new lineup recorded and did the whole album. But regardless, really solid record. And I'm amazed at actually how heavy it is. So you've got, like I said, Born Innocent, the title track, which kicks off the album. Pretty heavy song, some shredding guitar solo from Mr. Impellitteri. You got Polar Bear, which is the first single that they released. They released this long before the album came out. I didn't like that song much when it first was released, but it has really grown on me. Pretty heavy song, all right, kind of moody. Finn McCool, Cranks. We Still Remember, another heavy rocker. London 1666, another good rockin' song. Dirty Like the City. Some really cool guitar work, nice vocals from Graham. I Am the King absolutely crushes. Really heavy, as is Something That I Am Missing. It's like I said, I'm amazed at how heavy these songs are. Lots of shredding guitar solos. Of course, Joe Stump does the neoclassical thing. He's probably like, if you're going to pick someone to have that kind of like Yngwie profile in the current incarnation of the band, Joe's a good choice. Paper Flags, another good heavy rocker. The Wound Is Open, Body Beautiful, another really heavy song. Not a lot of, there's on the earlier albums, specifically like the debut, a lot of keyboard presence on the album. This is more of a riffy album with lots of guitar. I mean, the keyboards are there, you can hear them, but it's definitely probably the heaviest album that this band has ever done. Worth Lane is kind of cool, kind of proggy, and then you have For Tony, which is basically just a vocal song with very poignant song with Graham singing. The lyrics, very emotional, very personal song for him. I get it. It's just, Graham's vocal limitation. His voice is a little bit more, limited nowadays based on where he was years ago. So, all the cracks you can hear and all that kind of stuff, but I don't think he cares because, again, it's a very emotional song and very personal lyrics, so you can kind of look past that. But I think he sounds pretty damn good on this whole album. For a guy who's in his 70s, still singing pretty good, Graham. So thumbs up for me. Like I said, a heavy album, pretty rocking album. I dig it. I'm liking it more and more as I listen to it, and I think it's going to hold up pretty well in the Alcatrazz canon. Who knew we were going to get another Alcatrazz album? Like I said, I've been pretty happy with the Graham Bonnet Band output for the last couple of years, and then he announced that he's putting this back together. Obviously, the Alcatrazz name sells a little better. You're going to draw more people out live, so I get it. And this continues on in the tradition of, classic Alcatrazz, though a little heavier, 2020. So check it out. Born Innocent from Alcatrazz. Of course, there you have the famous Alcatraz Island off in the distance. Gotta have it. So visit us on the web at www.seeatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. We'll see you guys tomorrow with more stuff. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.